In this video, we are going to discuss dividing rational algebraic expressions. In dividing rational algebraic expressions, multiply the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor, where b and c is not equal to 0. Or in symbols, if we have a over b divided by c over d, that is the same as a over b times d over c. We simply have to keep the first fraction or the dividend, flip the second fraction or get the reciprocal of the divisor, and then change the operation from division to multiplication. So that is now the same as a times d over b times c, where the value of b times c should not be equal to 0. So to recall, in dividing fractions, we are just remembering the letters a, f, c. K for keep, F for flip, and C for change. Keep the first fraction, flip the second fraction, and change the operation from division to multiplication. Let's try to answer some examples. Number 1, 15 over x divided by 18 over x squared. So let us keep the first fraction. We have 15 over x. Flip the second fraction. We have x squared over 18. And then change the operation from division to multiplication. So this is now multiplying the fraction. So we simply have to multiply the numerators and the denominators. And then as we multiply, express na rin natin siya into its prime factors para mas madaling mag-cancel out ng common terms. 15 times x squared is 15x squared. So that is 3 times 5 or 15. And then x squared is x times x. So x times 18 for the denominator, we have 18x. And the prime factors of 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. And then we have an x. Now let us cancel out the common terms. We have to cancel out 3 and x. So we now have 5x for the numerator. And then we have 2 times 3 or 6 for the denominator. So 5x over 6 is our answer. Next, we have number 2, 2a squared b over 3c divided by 8abc over 3c cubed. So keeping the first fraction, we have 2a squared b over 3c. Flipping the second fraction, we have 3c cubed over 8abc, and changing the operation from division to multiplication. So we have 2a squared b times 3c cubed. So we have 2 times 3 times a times b, and then c cubed. For the denominator, we have 3c times 8abc. So that is 8 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 2. And then we have the 3. And then we have a times b times c from both sides. We can now cancel out the common terms. So we have 2, 3, a, b, and 2 pairs of c. We now have a times c for the numerator, and for the denominator, we have 2 times 2, so we have 4. AC over 4 is our answer. Number 3, we have 2a minus 10 over 4a plus 20 divided by 9a minus 45 over 6a plus 30. So keep the first fraction, we have 2a minus 10 over 4a plus 20. Flip the second fraction, we have 6a plus 30 over 9a minus 45, and change the operation from division to multiplication. So in this example, we simply have to factor out yung mga given natin na expression para ma-cancel out natin yung common terms. So we have 2a minus 10. We can factor this out by factoring the GCF, which is 2. And then 2a divided by 2 is a. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So, check natin yan simply by just multiplying it back. 2 times a, that's 2a. 2 times negative 5, that's negative 10. 4a plus 20, GCF is 4. 4a divided by 4 is a. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 6a plus 30, the GCF is 6. So, 6a divided by 6, that's a. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. Next, we have 9a minus 45, the GCF is 9. And we have 9a divided by 9 is a. 45 divided by 9 is 5. Let's now cancel out the common term. So we have a minus 5 and a plus 5. So we now have 2 times 6 over 4 times 9. And that is 12 over 36. And the lowest term is 1/3. Number 4, m squared minus 2m minus 15 over m squared minus 9 divided by m squared minus 6m plus 9 over 4m minus 12. So let us keep the first fraction. We have m squared minus 2m minus 15 over m squared minus 9. Flip the second fraction, we have 4m minus 12 over m squared minus 6m plus 9. Change the operation from division to multiplication. So the first one, we have m squared minus 2m minus 15. That is a trinomial. So kapag nag-factor out tayo yan, isip tayo ng dalawang numbers wherein the product is negative 15. And the sum is negative 2. The factors are m minus 5 and m plus 3. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15 and negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Squared minus 9, so that is difference of 2 squares. Ang factor niya is the sum and difference of the square roots of the term. So that is m plus 3 and m minus 3 times for m minus 12, we can factor this out as 4, that's the GCF, and then 4m divided by 4 is m, negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3 or minus 3. Next, we have m squared minus 6m plus 9. So, isip ulit tayo ng dalawang number wherein the product is 9 and the sum is negative 6. So, that is m minus 3 and another m minus 3. Cancel out natin yung common terms. We have m plus 3 and m minus 3. So, now we have 4 times m minus 5 over m minus 3 times m minus 3. Or, the answer is 4m minus 20 over m squared minus 6m plus 9. And that's it. Thank you.